Paris. October 19th. In just under 4 minutes, 8 historic jewels, worth over $100 million, vanish from the Louvre. But this wasn't just a robbery for riches. It was a calculated hit on France's imperial legacy, an extraction of artifacts soaked in royalty, revolution, and empire. Today we're answering, what exactly was stolen? And why does it matter more than just the price tag?
Before we continue, would you be so kind and press that like button and subscribe to the channel?
Let's step inside the Galerie d'Apollon, one of the most ornate, overlooked corners of the Louvre. Gold-gilded ceilings, a vaulted dome painted with myth and fire, and, in a series of armored cases, the last surviving fragments of the French crown jewels, until the 19th of October. Among the pieces stolen were 8 irreplaceable jewels, each tied to either Napoleon's empire or the royal houses that came after him. We'll walk through them, piece by piece. The sapphire parure of Queen Marie-Amélie, a diadem, necklace, and earrings, all saturated in royal blue sapphires and flanked with diamond leaves. These belong to Marie-Amélie of Naples, wife of King Louis Philippe, and last Queen of France before the monarchy fell in 1848. She wore these during state events as a symbol of continuity, a monarchy trying to modernize in a republic's shadow. The craftsmanship is unmistakably mid-19th century. Hundreds of hand-set sapphires, likely Sri Lankan in origin. The tiara alone was considered one of the finest Bourbon Orleans pieces left in public hands. Gone. The emerald set of Empress Marie-Louise. This was no mere consort. Marie-Louise was Napoleon Bonaparte's second wife, an Austrian archduchess married off to seal peace between France and the Habsburg Empire. In 1810, Napoleon gifted her a set of emeralds, a radiant green necklace and matching earrings set in silver and gold. It wasn't just a wedding present. It was diplomacy in gem form. Emeralds signaled imperial wealth, but also loyalty. Marie-Louise was 19 when she married Napoleon. The necklace has over 40 cut emeralds, each surrounded by a spray of tiny antique diamonds. The pieces later passed through the Bonaparte line before returning to the state collection. Diadem and corsage brooch of Empress Eugénie. Napoleon III's wife, Eugénie de Montijo, was the last Empress of France, a Spanish noblewoman with a taste for opulence and modern design. These pieces reflect her exacting style, symmetrical, ornate, layered with hundreds of small cut diamonds. The corsage brooch was massive, meant to sit at the center of the chest, sewn into a gown with near military precision. The diadem was one of several she owned, and considered among her most balanced, neither ostentatious nor simple. These items were public-facing symbols of the Second Empire, seen in portraits, ceremonies, and royal visits. A small but curious piece, a diamond reliquary brooch. Unlike the other items, this one wasn't built to dazzle. It was built to carry. Inside, it's believed to have once held a relic, possibly a saint's bone, or a lock of hair from a royal martyr. Pieces like this were half spiritual, half political, a reminder that kings ruled by divine right. It's delicate, intricate, completely unique, and now missing. There was, however, one piece the thieves didn't manage to get away with. Empress Eugénie's imperial crown. Gold, emeralds, 1,354 diamonds. This wasn't a ceremonial replica, it was the real thing, worn by Eugénie herself. In the chaos of the escape, the crown was dropped and recovered by police outside the museum grounds. Badly damaged, but intact. It's now in Louvre custody, undergoing restoration. which means at least one of France's imperial artifacts avoided permanent disappearance. Why does all this matter? Because these aren't just gemstones. Each piece tells a story of regime change, imperial ambition, and the ever-fragile idea of monarchy. France hasn't had a king or emperor in over 150 years, but these jewels were the threads that connected past to present, displayed not to glorify royalty, but to remember it. The crown jewels of France once numbered in the hundreds. In 1887, the Third Republic auctioned off most of them, a symbolic severing of monarchy from state. What remained was chosen carefully, not for value but for legacy. And it's those pieces, the curated survivors, that were stolen in October. Experts estimate the black market value of these jewels is around 88 million euros. But there's no real way to appraise them. These items were state property, protected by national heritage laws and uninsurable due to their uniqueness. Worse, they're hard to resell, too iconic, too traceable, which raises the question, were they stolen for money or for power? Whoever took these pieces knew what they were doing, not just how to break in, but what to take. They ignored easier targets. They went straight for the crown, and in doing so, they didn't just rob a museum. They stole a piece of France. So those are the pieces they took, not just jewels, but fragments of an empire. In the next episode, we'll break down how it happened, step by step. From the stolen truck to the shattered crown, and the 4-minute escape that stunned security experts around the world. If you haven't seen episode 1 yet, go back and watch it. We dig into who might have pulled this off, and why an inside job is still on the table. And if this story's gripping you like it is us, hit like to boost the signal, and subscribe so you don't miss episode 3 in our playlist. The Louvre Heist Explained.